Hey, amazing humans. Welcome back to the channel where we smash self-doubt, we call out procrastination, and we stomp out self-sabotage before it takes another one of your wins. I'm Nando, the performance coach for high-achieving creatives, coders, and entrepreneurs who are done letting overthinking, avoidance, and fear keep them down and stopping them from reaching the next level. By now, you should know that there's 9 saboteurs, and today specifically, we're going to talk about the one that is so sneaky that it keeps you in exhaustion mode, it keeps you in overwhelm mode. Yeah, I'm talking about people-pleasing. And by the way, it's keeping too many of y'all away from success. We're going to go over how. First, we're going to start off by talking about the big lie of people-pleasing. People-pleasing literally tricks you into believing that if you do more for people, they're going to like you, they're going to stick around, they're going to be your BFF for life. Not to mention, it also has you believe that they'll never leave you and that they respect you. No, that's not true. There's a little voice that will whisper to you, if you say no, they're going to be mad. If I don't help, they're going to think I'm selfish. If I set a boundary, Nando, they're going to stop liking me. Here's the truth. The more you give in to people-pleasing, the less respect people actually give you. And while you're so busy doing for them what they could do for themselves, not only do they respect you less, you're also left exhausted and completely overwhelmed. And you end up losing yourself in the process. People-pleasing is not kindness, it's actually self-betrayal in disguise. People-pleasing is super painful. It burns you out, it exhausts you, it has you overwhelmed because now you're overcommitting to life obligations that aren't even yours. But here's where I really want you to pay attention. People-pleasing is robbing you of your dreams and success. While you're busy overcommitting, overextending, overbusying yourself, helping everybody else, here's what you're missing. Your own passion project is collecting dust. The newsletter you have to write in order to market your business, still unwritten. The YouTube channel you want to start, it's just an idea because you're so busy fulfilling everybody else's plans and needs. Is this starting to sound familiar? Okay, great. So let's break something down first. Here are the 3 ways people-pleasing is stripping you of success. 1, you're carrying responsibilities that are not yours. People-pleasers take on way too much because you feel so guilty saying no. What ends up happening is that you end up fixing other people's messes that they got themselves into and you have no business touching. And you're over here overcommitted, overwhelmed, and the stuff that you've got going on, your plans, your hopes, your dreams, you're completely putting them on the back burner. Here's your sassy call out. Are you ready for this one? If you've ever said to yourself, why am I the only one doing stuff around here? I'll tell you what. Congrats, you've been voluntold to being everybody's personal assistant. Wait, that position is unpaid. 2, you're afraid of disappointing people, so you keep overextending yourself. People pleasers hate letting other people down, even though they're letting themselves down in the process. You end up saying yes when you really want to say no, and then you end up super resentful at the end, at the person, at the situation, at yourself. Here's a news flash. You can't control how other people feel about you. Someone's always gonna want a little bit more. And if you don't deliver, they ain't gonna like you. You ain't getting that Christmas card that year. Here's the truth bomb. If your peace depends on keeping other people happy, you ain't never gonna find peace because people's needs are endless. And 3, you're prioritizing approval over your own growth. People pleasers crave validation. You want to be seen as helpful, reliable, indispensable, but at what cost? Think about it this way. Every time you say yes to something that really should have been a no, you're sacrificing your own dreams and success. And not to mention your peace and happiness. Here's the thing. Your future self is actually waiting and craving and desiring for you to put yourself first versus everybody else. Imagine where you would be, or your business, your dreams, your weight loss, imagine where you would be if you would put half the amount of energy and time that you put into them, into you. I want to know. Where would you be? Here's a sassy call out. If somebody's friendship depends on the amount of loyalty and the amount of stuff that you can do for them, that's not a friendship. That's a free labor contract. Okay? Let me share this personal story with you. Today is actually my 15-year anniversary with my husband. And when we got married, I was working for a huge PR firm, advertising PR firm. And that day, we had this big account that we were hiring for. And I asked off for that day, but I was still getting phone calls. And because I was in deep people pleaser mode, I was answering them. So we were literally like one couple away from being called into the judge's quarters to get married. And I got a phone call. And I was so angry. I was so upset that they were calling me, but I kept answering. I'm the one that kept answering. So I remember the last phone call that I had, they were like, "Where's this resume? Did you send this person?" And da 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 da. And I said, "Well, can I get that to you tomorrow? I'm actually like, we're up next to get married." And the response was, "Why didn't you say so? Like, yeah, you can get that to me. Can you get that to me later tonight?" Tonight was not tomorrow. And inside of people pleasing mode, I agreed to it. I didn't want to be, in my mind, I was going to get fired if I wasn't like super flexible, if I wasn't reliable, dependable, right? But that was how I was filtering the messages, the phone calls. None of that was real. And in fact, if I probably would have stood my ground, they would have been like, "Oh my, I didn't even get a congratulations from the person on the phone." I still remember who it was. And I held the biggest grudge, the biggest, like, I had so much resentment towards this person. And that's the thing with people pleasing. On the outside, you're so busy saying yes, and I'll make the cupcakes and I'll do this but then when you're home alone by yourself making the freaking cupcakes, you're angry. You're angry, you're upset, you're resentful, you're scheming ways to like get even, but you won't follow through with them because what if they don't like you? What if they don't want to be around you? So it's all internalized. People pleasing is not a good color on us, honey. How do we stop people pleasing and take back our power? I've got 3 strategies for you. The first one is recognize that it's a habit. It's not part of your identity. You've just been doing it so much that it feels like it is. You can unlearn it. 2, set boundaries like a boss. You've got to really be with saying no isn't mean, it's necessary. And also, bonus point, you don't know anybody a long explanation. No is no, folks. Saying something like, "Oh no, that doesn't work for me," that's a full sentence. Keep it moving. And 3, prioritize yourself for once. Here's what I tell my clients. You know that priority list? You do not even have to be number 1. Just put yourself on the freaking priority list, because I already know you're not even on it. Does that make sense? And some of you will grow into eventually bumping yourself up to the top 5, maybe top 3. But for right now, I just need you to be on the list. People pleasers, it's time to reclaim your peace, your energy, and your mind back. Remember, no more putting other people's needs in front of your own. It's time for you to reclaim that for yourself and start looking at your growth and success. By the way, hit the subscribe button so you can learn about these tactics and these techniques on a weekly basis. 2, drop a comment. Let me know what you're going to say no to this very week. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's grow together. And 3, you don't know your top saboteurs? There's 9 of them. If you don't know them, I'm going to put a link in the description for you to take the quiz and discover what top 3 saboteurs are constantly trying to sabotage your life. Okay, folks, until next time, keep shining, keep slaying, and remember, you're only one bold decision away from that breakthrough that you totally deserve. We'll see you next time. Mwah.